Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, people are waiting for the outcome of the Tanzanian election. And of course, the Zanzibar election is finished. Already, they have Mwinyi as the president. In fact, the former president has just retained. But now, the Tanzania mainland, where Samia Suluhu is contesting as a president, that is where now people are waiting for the outcome and what next after that. We will be looking into this. But other thing that is coming out is that you can't really get clear information on what is happening on ground simply because the international media house, they have been blocked from operating in Tanzania. People are asking, where is CNN? They expected to see Larry Madowo. He's not there. What about BBC? Even BBC Swahili. You can't see them. So there are reasons why the international media houses are not in Tanzania. And Larry Madowo has explained this because Kenyans were expecting to see him on the ground the same way he normally operates here in Kenya, putting everything on camera. Number one, Tanzania does not allow or like independent criticism reporting. Because, when you report, you criticize also the mistakes. They are not comfortable with that. Then, for you to operate in Tanzania, you need to get media accreditation to operate in Tanzania. Who is giving that? The Tanzanian government. How will they give it to you when they know you want to go and criticize them? And if you attempt to report what is happening in Tanzania, maybe if Larry Madowo had decided to go there as, because going to Tanzania and Uganda, you don't need to go to use a passport. You can just go. He can as well do that. But then, if he attempts to report what is happening on the ground, you know what he will go through. Even the journalists in Tanzania, they are facing arrest. If you are not a Tanzanian, you are deported. You can be tortured, intimidation, among many other things.
Why am I not covering the election in Tanzania and the aftermath? And I'm all the way out here in Las Vegas. The simple reason is that Tanzania does not like independent critical reporting. To operate in the country as a foreigner, I need media accreditation, so essentially permission from the government. And historically, Tanzania does not issue these permits. It used to be a problem even under President Magufuli. It has not gotten better under President Samia Suluhu Hassan. Could I go as a tourist because I don't need a visa as a Kenyan? Yes, but I'm not allowed to report in that status. I would be in violation of the law. I could be arrested, deported, or worse. And we know what Tanzania does to people they don't like. Even Tanzanian journalists find it hard to operate. They are harassed, they're intimidated, they're beaten up, they are arrested, and sometimes they're disappeared. Even for this election, there are Tanzanian journalists in the country who are not accredited to report. And I know many foreign reporters who applied for accreditation and they were rejected or they just did not hear back.
Now, people are asking what next after the Tanzanian election, since now we are seeing protests on the street from yesterday, today. Will it be challenged in a court of law or what? So many questions. And I would want us to go deeper to understand really, because in Tanzania, don't expect what you saw here in Kenya, that someone can nullify election, that it can be challenged in the court. No, it's different. That's a discussion also I want us to look into. But before we go in the discussion, I have a quick and humble request for those who are watching this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. A big shout out to each and everyone who has joined the channel membership. The packages are there. You can join with as low as $1, $2, $5, $10, going forward. So you choose the variety. You choose what you can. And that is one of the ways to support us directly. Thank you so much. And back to our discussion. Now, according to the Tanzania Constitution, you can not challenge successful presidential election or any election after those in charge of the election have declared the candidate a winner. Ingekuwa Kenya tungesema IEBC. Ama Tanzania kama wako na Tanzanian Independent Electoral Commission, that one. Once they have pronounced themselves on the results, the court has no powers to investigate or give a verdict on the same. And it is here, by the way, a section of Tanzanian's constitution, Article 41(7), explicitly states that once the Electoral Commission declares a presidential candidate the winner, listen to this, no court has the jurisdiction to inquire into that election. Hapo ndio Tanzania iko. Do you think there is democracy there? This was in the favor of the ruling party where Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere belong. Huko ndio alikuwa. Sasa ukiangalia sheria kama hii ilikuwa kwa manufaa yao tu wale ambao wako kwa uongozi. In Kenya, we always challenge, the good thing is that we amended our constitution. People struggle to amend it. Ndio maana hata saa hizi kuna watu hata kama wanakosea kuna mambo tunaweza wakumbuka kuyahusu. Raila Odinga, devolution, the new constitution that has made it possible to challenge any election in court, and the court has been given the powers to make sure that justice is served. Court is a third arm of government that is very critical. Such that when I feel that someone is taking away my right, it is the court that has that power to showcase justice. Lakini hapa wanakataa. And by the way, the national community was also challenging this. And this is what they're saying. This provision has generated significant controversy and was ordered to be amended by an international court in 2020. International court ilikuwa inauliza for them to amend this so that someone can challenge this in court. But then that's where we are. So number one, journalists are not free to report independently about the election on the ground. So the issue of transparency comes in. Despite that you cannot report freely, independently, you cannot also not challenge this process in a court of law. So this tells you, Tanzania is not yet there in terms of independent democracy. They are not yet there. But Kenya, we are very many miles away from Tanzania. That's another truth. Niliona Mama Samia Suluhu akisema ya kwamba she was actually warning the Tanzanians, msikue kama wale viumbe wengine. Meaning Kenyans, ametambua wa Kenya kama wale viumbe wengine wa kuandamana. There's not that freedom to express yourself also. And by the way, when I did that video, I saw in the comment section some people complaining that I've used AI or actually my video is coming in Hindi language. I don't know how, but I've listened to the video again and again. It's in English. Someone told me when he changed the phone and used another one, it was in English. But when he's using the other gadget, inaleta Kihindi. Sasa sijui what happened, but the fact is that Mimi nilikaa hapo kwa studio nikarekodi vile na record hivi, and I release my video like that without using AI. So I'm sorry for those who are disturbed with that or uncomfortable with that video, but recording ilikuwa kama kawaida. Now, having looked at Tanzania, I can tell you there is a big problem there. And with the uprising of Gen Zs, just one day, one time, it will explode. And Tanzania need to get a new constitution. Because we don't know how many people have been killed. You will only know what the government has announced. We don't know how many people have been injured. Since there is no independent reporting by a journalist. So we don't know what has happened really there. Then also, they have shut down the internet. Look at that. Internet shut down. No reporting. No challenging in court. Journalists not allowed to enter. Hey, a lot of problems. I don't know your views, but please let us meet in the comment section so that we can continue with this punchline discussion. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far, and see you in our next video.